Color has always played a powerful role in human life. Long before modern fashion existed, people noticed how colors affected their mood, focus, and energy. This awareness did not come from trends, but from daily observation. Over time, these observations formed spiritual understanding. Ancient people believed color was a silent language. It spoke to the soul without words. Certain colors brought calm, while others triggered alertness or emotion. This was not imagination. It was consistent experience passed down through generations. Spiritually, color is connected to vibration and frequency. Everything in the universe vibrates, including what we wear. When a color touches the body, its energy interacts with our inner state. This interaction happens whether we notice it or not. Understanding this truth brings wisdom. Wearing a color without awareness can influence thoughts and emotions unconsciously. This is why spiritual knowledge begins with awareness. Awareness gives control over energy instead of allowing energy to control you. Before spoken language developed, color was a form of communication. Nature used color to signal danger, safety, growth, and change. Humans learned from these signals by instinct. This connection remains active within us today. Bright and intense colors often demanded attention. They triggered faster heartbeats and stronger emotions. Softer colors created calm and reflection. These responses were natural and universal, not learned behavior. Spiritually, this instinctual response shows that color reaches deeper than logic. It enters the emotional and subconscious mind first. This is why color can influence decisions, reactions, and inner feelings without explanation. When people ignore this influence, they lose awareness of how energy moves through them. When they understand it, they regain balance. Spiritual growth often starts by noticing simple things that were once overlooked. Ancient civilizations treated color with deep respect. They did not choose colors randomly for clothing or ceremonies. Every color had meaning, purpose, and timing. Nothing was accidental. Priests, leaders, and healers wore specific colors based on spiritual roles. These choices were believed to strengthen authority, protection, or wisdom. Color supported identity and responsibility. Spiritual traditions taught that wearing the wrong color at the wrong time could weaken energy. It could cause emotional imbalance or inner unrest. This belief was rooted in long observation, not fear. Today, much of this wisdom is forgotten. Fashion replaced meaning, and trends replaced intention. Yet the spiritual effect of color has never disappeared. Energy responds whether we believe in it or not. Spiritual traditions across the world agree on one truth. Color has the ability to influence the human mind. It can shape emotions, awareness, and inner focus. This influence happens quietly and consistently. When a person wears a certain color, the brain reacts before thought appears. Emotions shift subtly. Confidence may rise or tension may form. These reactions are not random. They are energetic responses. Spiritually aware people learn to observe these shifts. They notice how certain colors bring clarity. Others create restlessness or emotional intensity. Awareness turns reaction into understanding. This understanding helps people make conscious choices. Instead of being controlled by external energy, they align with it. Spiritual balance begins when awareness replaces habit. One particular color appears repeatedly in spiritual history. It is found in sacred spaces and ancient writings. It often represents power, intensity, and transformation. Its presence was never casual. This color was used during moments of importance. Rituals, transitions, and spiritual tests often involved it. The reason was simple. It carried strong emotional and energetic force. Spiritually, this color is linked to deep inner states. It can awaken passion or inner struggle. It brings hidden emotions to the surface. Nothing stays buried when this color is involved. Because of this, spiritual teachers advised caution, not avoidance, but awareness. Understanding its influence allows control instead of emotional overload. Today, many people wear this color without thought. It appears in everyday clothing and accessories. For most, it is just another fashion choice. The deeper meaning remains unknown. Yet some people feel uncomfortable wearing it. Others feel unusually confident or exposed. These reactions are clues. The body often understands energy before the mind does. Spiritually, this happens because the color interacts with personal emotion. It amplifies what already exists inside. Peace becomes strength. Stress becomes intensity. This is why awareness matters. When people understand why they feel different, they regain balance. Spiritual knowledge turns confusion into clarity. This color has a unique ability to strengthen emotions. It does not create feelings on its own. Instead, it magnifies what already lives inside a person. Inner thoughts become louder. When someone feels calm, the color can increase confidence. When someone feels anxious, it can increase tension. This reaction explains why experiences with this color vary widely. The energy mirrors the inner state. Spiritually, this color works like a spotlight. It reveals hidden emotional layers. Feelings that were ignored suddenly demand attention. This can feel empowering or overwhelming. Understanding this effect brings self-control. People who know their emotional state can choose wisely. Awareness turns a powerful influence into a helpful tool. Spiritual energy responds to intention, but intention is not always conscious. Clothing carries silent messages. Color sends signals before words are spoken. The body responds instantly. Even without belief, energy interaction still occurs. A person does not need to understand spirituality for it to work. Just as gravity works without belief, energy follows natural law. This color carries strong visual intention. When worn, it communicates intensity, presence, and alertness. Others may respond without knowing why. Spiritually aware individuals choose color intentionally. They align external appearance with internal balance. This alignment strengthens emotional clarity and spiritual stability. Not all colors serve the same spiritual purpose. Some colors calm the mind, others stimulate action. This color does both, depending on context. It can protect by strengthening personal presence. It can attract attention and emotional reactions. It can also expose vulnerability by revealing inner emotion. This dual nature makes it powerful but sensitive. Without awareness, the effect can feel confusing. With understanding, it becomes manageable. Spiritual balance comes from knowing when to use energy and when to soften it. Wisdom lies in timing, not avoidance. Spiritual teachers from many traditions spoke carefully about color. They understood its effect on human behavior and emotional stability. Their guidance was based on long observation, not fear or control. Balance was always the goal. This color was often mentioned with caution, not because it was negative, but because it carried intensity. Intensity requires awareness to manage properly. Without awareness, imbalance can occur. Wearing it during emotional confusion can increase inner noise. Thoughts may race. Feelings may feel heavier. This happens because the color strengthens mental and emotional activity. With wisdom, the same color can be used to build strength. It can support confidence and determination. Awareness transforms intensity into stability. This color is deeply connected to strong emotions. It resonates with passion, drive, and personal power. These qualities can motivate or overwhelm depending on inner balance. Spiritually, it is linked to energy centers associated with action. When activated, people feel more alert and expressive. Silence becomes difficult. Movement increases. For some, this brings courage and boldness. For others, it reveals unresolved tension. The color does not judge. It simply reflects inner reality. Understanding this reflection allows growth. When people recognize what surfaces, they can heal instead of react. Awareness turns exposure into transformation. Many people report feeling different when wearing this color. They feel more visible, more emotionally open, more responsive to their surroundings. This experience is not imaginary. The color influences perception and presence. Others may respond with stronger reactions without knowing why. Spiritually, increased visibility can feel uncomfortable. It removes emotional hiding places. Thoughts and feelings rise faster to the surface. When used intentionally, this effect becomes empowering. People can step into confidence instead of vulnerability. Control begins with awareness, not avoidance. Spiritual sensitivity grows with awareness of subtle influences. Color is one of these influences. It acts quietly, shaping thought and emotion without obvious signs. When people ignore color's impact, they often feel drained or unsettled. They may not connect the feeling to what they wear. Energy still flows and reacts to their choices. Observing how colors affect mood is the first step towards self-mastery. Noticing subtle shifts allows a person to adjust behavior, surroundings, and intention. Awareness turns passive experience into conscious action. Those who develop this sensitivity gain clarity. They learn to use energy instead of being manipulated by it. Small choices like clothing color become powerful tools for balance and focus. Nothing in the universe is neutral. Everything vibrates. Even a seemingly simple color carries a frequency that interacts with human energy. This color, in particular, vibrates strongly. It can awaken dormant feelings or amplify current emotions. It magnifies experiences rather than creating them. When used without knowledge, this intensity may feel overwhelming. Stress, excitement, or hidden fears can surface unexpectedly. Awareness provides a buffer to handle this energy wisely. Understanding vibration allows intentional use. Wearing this color can become a tool for empowerment rather than confusion. Energy alignment brings harmony and conscious influence. Timing is crucial when wearing this color. During emotional stress, it can intensify discomfort. During moments of confidence, it can enhance personal strength. This is because color interacts with the emotional state, multiplying existing energy. The same hue can feel either heavy or empowering, depending on the mind. Spiritual wisdom encourages observing personal state before choosing what to wear. Conscious choice creates harmony between energy and intention. Habitual or careless use can disrupt balance. By mastering this understanding, people learn to harness energy purposefully. They transform potential emotional overload into focused power and personal clarity. This color is closely linked to life force energy. It stimulates movement, motivation, and action. When worn, it activates vitality within the body and mind. It pushes energy outward, affecting both the wearer and the environment. People nearby may feel more alert or emotionally charged without realizing why. The energy flows silently but powerfully. For sensitive individuals, this outward push can feel overwhelming. Inner calm may be disrupted. Emotions may surface faster than usual, demanding attention and reflection. When used consciously, this energy becomes an asset. People can channel it toward productivity, creativity, and personal growth. Awareness transforms intensity into purposeful power. Ancient spiritual traditions often restricted this color to certain roles. Leaders, healers, and warriors wore it intentionally. It was never a casual choice. Its use signified authority, responsibility, and spiritual readiness. Wearing it without purpose was discouraged. Energy carried by this color could strengthen or destabilize depending on intention. By limiting exposure to those trained or aware, communities maintained balance. Energy was respected and aligned with spiritual practice, It was not about fear, but about careful stewardship. Today, this wisdom remains relevant. Even without formal rules, understanding intention allows people to harness energy safely. Conscious use ensures the color empowers rather than overwhelms. Modern fashion often ignores spiritual consequences. Trends focus on aesthetics rather than energy. Yet the spiritual power of color remains active. Choosing this color for style alone may bring unintended effects. It may amplify emotions, attract attention, or trigger energy shifts. People may notice these effects without understanding the cause. Energy does not recognize trendiness. It responds naturally to vibration and intention. This means spiritual impact continues. Even in casual daily wear, awareness restores control. People who understand energy use color deliberately. They align style with intention, creating harmony between personal energy and external appearance. Some people feel restless when wearing this color. Their thoughts race and emotions fluctuate more than usual. This reaction is natural and energy-based. Others feel empowered and bold. Confidence rises and presence becomes noticeable. The color amplifies inner strength, depending on personal state. Both experiences show the color's reflective nature. It does not create emotion, but magnifies what already exists. Its energy acts as a mirror to the soul. Awareness allows individuals to navigate these effects. Recognizing patterns helps manage energy. Conscious use transforms restlessness into alertness and empowerment. This color cannot hide emotion. Subtle feelings become more visible when it is worn. Anxiety, excitement, or calmness intensify naturally. For sensitive people, this may feel overwhelming. Inner thoughts rise quickly, and subtle tensions become noticeable. It exposes what usually remains hidden. The purpose is not to punish. Its spiritual function is reflection. By revealing inner reality, it gives a chance to understand and grow. Using it intentionally allows balance. When the wearer aligns state of mind with energy, the color enhances focus, clarity, and self-awareness. Color choice can reveal spiritual imbalance. People unconsciously select shades that match their inner state. Their energy communicates needs and struggles without words. Sometimes wearing this color signals unresolved emotion. Other times it shows inner desire for empowerment or confidence. The same shade can express multiple truths. Observing these reactions provides insight. Awareness of personal preference helps identify energy patterns and emotional tendencies. This knowledge builds spiritual self-understanding. Intentional use allows transformation. Once the meaning is known, the color becomes a tool for emotional clarity, personal strength, and conscious living. Wearing this color during conflict can intensify tension. Arguments may feel sharper. Emotional reactions may be quicker and stronger. Its energy multiplies existing stress. When worn during clarity or calm, it strengthens resolve. Focus becomes sharper. Decisions feel more confident. The color amplifies positive states as well. Energy does not act randomly. It responds to inner conditions. The color acts like a magnifying glass, enlarging emotional and mental states naturally. Understanding this effect is key. By choosing when to wear it, people can manage emotional impact. Awareness turns potential chaos into purposeful influence. Spiritual maturity means making conscious choices. Unconscious actions leak energy and influence experiences unintentionally. Color choice is one of these small but powerful decisions. This particular color exposes unconscious living. Feelings, intentions, and hidden tensions surface. When it is present, it acts as a mirror, showing what the mind or heart may hide. Recognizing this allows growth. People can see inner patterns, respond wisely, and regain balance. The color becomes a guide instead of a trap. When energy is observed and managed, even powerful influences become allies. Conscious use transforms instinctive reactions into deliberate spiritual action. Children and animals react instinctively to this color. Their responses are immediate and unfiltered. Restlessness, alertness, or fascination often appear without explanation. Nature responds too. Flowers, birds, and other living beings perceive and react to these colors. Energy is universal, crossing species and awareness levels. These reactions prove the intensity of this color's energy. It carries force beyond human understanding, affecting environments subtly but surely. By studying these natural responses, humans gain insight. Observing energy patterns allows safer and more effective use of the color in daily life and spiritual practice. Spiritual awareness begins with understanding small influences. Color is one of these subtle but powerful forces. It communicates silently with the mind and heart. This color is not just decoration. It speaks through energy, influencing emotion, focus, and presence. Wearing it unconsciously allows its influence to act unchecked. Recognizing its power is the first step toward balance. When people observe their reactions, they gain insight into inner states. Awareness transforms passive experience into active understanding. By using this knowledge intentionally, individuals can harness energy. The color becomes a tool for clarity, emotional strength, and conscious spiritual living. Every person responds differently to this color. Personality, emotional state, and past experiences shape the reaction. Energy does not act uniformly. Some feel courage, strength, and alertness. Others feel tension, restlessness, or exposure. The same shade can create opposite experiences depending on context. This shows that the color is a mirror, not a creator. It magnifies inner energy and reflects hidden truths. Awareness allows a person to navigate these reflections. Conscious choice turns potential discomfort into empowerment. By observing reactions and aligning intention, the color becomes a source of focus and personal growth. Modern society often overlooks color's spiritual impact. Fashion trends and convenience override awareness. Yet the energy influence remains constant. Even without belief, the body responds. Emotions rise, attention shifts, and inner states adjust naturally. Energy follows natural law regardless of intention. This makes intentionality essential. Choosing colors with awareness aligns external appearance with internal balance. Careless choices may disrupt harmony unknowingly. With knowledge, this color can become a tool for self-improvement. Awareness transforms an ordinary choice into a powerful act of personal and spiritual alignment. This color interacts directly with subconscious energy. People may not notice its influence immediately, but it shapes perception over time. Small reactions accumulate. It often increases self-awareness. Emotions become sharper, and inner thoughts are highlighted. People may feel more sensitive to subtle cues around them. Spiritually, this helps uncover hidden tendencies. By observing the response, one can identify inner conflicts or unrecognized strengths. The color acts as a subtle teacher. Intentional use enhances personal insight. Those aware of its effect can direct emotional energy, create balance, and use the color to reinforce spiritual practice. Energy from color can alter mood quickly. Even a brief exposure can amplify calm or tension, depending on the wearer's state. Timing matters. This color amplifies inner drive and alertness. For individuals seeking focus, it can be a natural enhancer. For those already stressed, it may increase anxiety. Recognizing this interaction allows conscious management. People can choose moments to wear it when energy aligns with goals. Awareness avoids unintended impact. The spiritual principle is simple. External elements carry internal resonance. Mastery comes from choosing elements, like this color, intentionally to support emotional and mental growth. Cultural associations add another layer to color energy. Many societies link this shade to power, courage, or spirituality. These associations enhance its vibrational influence. When worn, the brain recalls symbolic meaning unconsciously. This reinforces the emotional and energetic impact. Influence becomes both internal and socially perceived. Awareness of cultural symbolism strengthens control. A person can align internal intention with societal perception to create desired outcomes in social and personal interactions. The combination of energetic impact and symbolic meaning gives this color unique spiritual significance. Conscious use brings both clarity and influence in life. People often underestimate the cumulative effect of color over time. Daily exposure to this color reinforces inner energy patterns. Small changes accumulate. For those sensitive to energy, long-term exposure may highlight emotional trends. Anxiety may build, or confidence may strengthen. Subtle effects become noticeable with awareness. This makes intentional choice important. Wearing it deliberately for spiritual or emotional goals multiplies positive impact. Awareness maximizes benefit and minimizes discomfort. Spiritual wisdom encourages observation. Tracking subtle emotional responses reveals how energy interacts with personal vibration. This knowledge creates conscious living. The body reacts to color even without conscious thought. Heart rate, alertness, and energy levels adjust automatically. The mind follows the body's response. This color triggers energy pathways associated with action and focus. It increases physical readiness and mental clarity when used intentionally. Without understanding, reactions can feel unpredictable. Awareness allows control over energy instead of being swept along by subconscious responses. By learning to observe, people harness both physical and emotional energy. This creates alignment between inner state, external appearance, and spiritual balance. Color acts as a bridge between emotion and energy. This particular shade strengthens the connection. Emotional currents become visible in thoughts and behavior. For sensitive individuals, this exposure can feel intense. Hidden feelings surface quickly. For those seeking growth, this transparency aids self-discovery. Awareness of this process allows conscious reflection. Observing reactions creates insight into subconscious patterns. The color becomes a tool for spiritual understanding. Intentional wearing transforms natural amplification into guidance. Energy is no longer random. It becomes a controlled instrument for emotional mastery. This color also influences social energy. People nearby may respond emotionally without realizing why. Reactions range from heightened alertness to admiration or caution. Subtle influence on interaction shows the color's energetic reach. It communicates presence before words or actions appear. Understanding this effect allows strategic use. Wearing the color intentionally strengthens authority, confidence, or spiritual resonance in social spaces. Energy alignment between personal vibration and external perception creates powerful presence. Awareness maximizes positive social and spiritual impact. In nature, this color signals importance. Bright animals, flowers, and elements use it to attract attention or warn. Humans respond similarly. Evolution shaped instinctive reactions. Alertness rises when the color is present, and focus sharpens. Subtle emotions are amplified automatically. Recognizing this natural connection allows spiritual alignment. Awareness enhances control over energy rather than being unconsciously influenced. Intentional wearing turns instinctive energy into deliberate expression. It allows harmony between internal state and external impact. Children instinctively react to this color. Their energy responds immediately. Playfulness, excitement, or anxiety may appear without explanation. These reactions show that the color's influence operates independently of thought. Energy interacts naturally with the nervous system. Spiritual insight comes from observation. By understanding instinctive responses, adults can consciously apply energy awareness in daily life. Intentional exposure supports emotional growth. It teaches control over reactions and strengthens personal energy management. This color has long been used in spiritual rituals. Its use was intentional, not decorative. Leaders and practitioners understood its power. It amplifies focus, emotional intensity, and spiritual awareness. Wearing it during ceremonies enhanced the energy of intention. Today, knowledge of these effects remains relevant. Even without formal ritual, awareness of energetic impact allows deliberate spiritual application. Conscious use transforms ordinary daily clothing into a source of spiritual reinforcement and personal empowerment. Energy carries over between mind and body. This color strengthens this connection. Emotional patterns influence physical energy and vice versa. When worn intentionally, it creates alignment. Focus, motivation, and emotional clarity increase naturally. Without awareness, the effect may feel chaotic. Emotional waves may rise without apparent reason, causing distraction or restlessness. Spiritual practice encourages observation. By noting responses, people harness energy consciously, turning amplification into personal and spiritual benefit. This color often reveals hidden emotional truths. People may not recognize suppressed feelings until the color amplifies them. It acts like a mirror to the subconscious. Unacknowledged emotions surface, allowing reflection and understanding. Awareness transforms exposure into insight. Recognizing patterns empowers individuals to resolve internal conflicts. Intentional wearing directs amplified energy toward growth instead of discomfort. Spiritual and emotional balance strengthens naturally. The energy of this color is magnified by intention. Simply wearing it with awareness changes the vibrational outcome. Intentionality adds clarity. Focused energy enhances confidence, presence, and emotional alignment. Neglecting intention allows reactive amplification. Emotions may intensify unpredictably, leading to imbalance. By combining color awareness with mindfulness, energy becomes a deliberate tool. Life experiences align more closely with personal goals and spiritual growth. Long-term exposure affects energy patterns. Wearing this color repeatedly reinforces emotional and mental habits. Positive states can be strengthened. Negative tendencies may become apparent for correction. The color highlights patterns naturally. Spiritual insight comes from observation over time. Noticing subtle shifts allows proactive adjustment of behavior and intention. Deliberate choice transforms repeated exposure into an ongoing practice of self-awareness, alignment, and emotional empowerment. This color also affects creativity. It stimulates active energy, motivating new ideas and problem solving. However, heightened energy can be distracting if unbalanced. Awareness of internal state ensures productivity rather than overstimulation. By aligning intention with energy, creativity is amplified. Ideas flow naturally without forcing attention. The combination of focused energy and color awareness makes this color a tool for innovation and spiritual insight simultaneously. Even subtle accessories in this color influence energy. Small touches like scarves or jewelry transmit vibrational force. People respond physically and emotionally without conscious thought. Energy flows quietly but effectively. Awareness allows these subtle influences to be maximized for clarity, confidence, and emotional alignment. Conscious use of small details transforms everyday energy interactions into deliberate spiritual practice. Social perception is influenced by color energy. Wearing this shade can increase presence, authority, and perceived confidence. Others often react instinctively. Attention, curiosity, or respect can be triggered without conscious reasoning. Understanding this effect allows alignment between internal energy and external influence. Awareness maximizes impact while maintaining balance. Intentional application strengthens both personal confidence and social resonance naturally and safely. In emotional states of tension, this color amplifies intensity. Heart rate, focus, and thoughts may all rise simultaneously. When emotional clarity is present, energy enhances productivity, determination, and personal strength. Awareness of timing ensures amplification, supports goals rather than causing overwhelm. Choice and mindfulness are key. Spiritual practice encourages using the color as a tool, adjusting exposure according to emotional and energetic conditions. This color interacts with personal energy centers subtly. Chakras and other energy points respond, increasing vibrational flow. Awareness of internal energy allows one to synchronize clothing with emotional needs. Balance is maintained naturally. Neglecting this understanding can create subtle unrest. Energy may rise in tension areas, causing discomfort. Intentional wearing enhances harmony. Alignment between mind, body, and color energy strengthens personal and spiritual resilience. Children, animals, and even nature respond instinctively to this color. Reactions are immediate and authentic. Observing these responses provides insight into natural energy flow. Humans can learn to recognize subtle vibrational patterns. Awareness allows control over personal responses. Emotional clarity and intentionality are reinforced. Deliberate exposure supports growth, insight, and energetic alignment across mind, body, and environment. Cultural history demonstrates careful use of this color. Ancient leaders, warriors, and spiritual guides wore it intentionally. Energy was respected, and balance was maintained through conscious practice. Random use was discouraged. Today, the principles remain valid. Understanding intention allows people to harness power without risk of imbalance. Knowledge transforms daily practice. Clothing becomes more than aesthetic. It is an energetic tool for alignment and personal growth. Subtle color energy affects unconscious behavior. Even small amounts influence mood, thought patterns, and emotional focus. The mind may not recognize the cause, but the body responds. Awareness allows deliberate use of this subtle energy. Intentional wearing amplifies positive states while minimizing undesired reactions. Energy is directed rather than reactive. Spiritual and emotional growth is enhanced when color choice is deliberate. Awareness makes ordinary choices powerful. This color often triggers reflection. Hidden feelings surface, and inner thoughts become more apparent. The effect can feel intense for sensitive individuals. Emotions may appear amplified suddenly. Observing these reactions provides insight. Awareness allows interpretation instead of reaction. Deliberate wearing channels amplified energy toward insight, clarity, and personal empowerment. Conscious choice creates spiritual and emotional balance. This color has a profound effect on personal energy. It resonates with inner drive and emotional intensity, pushing individuals to confront what lies beneath the surface. Subtle feelings that are often ignored suddenly demand attention. For people unaware of its power, wearing it can feel exhausting. Thoughts may race, emotions may fluctuate, and subtle tensions may become more apparent. The body responds instinctively, amplifying every sensation. Spiritually, this is a mirror. It reflects hidden aspects of the self, allowing individuals to identify areas of growth. The energy does not create imbalance. It only amplifies what already exists. Awareness transforms this intensity into a tool for personal growth. By observing how this color affects mood, focus, and behavior, people can direct energy consciously, using it to strengthen confidence and self-understanding. The energy of this color interacts with both conscious and subconscious mind. Even without thought, the body responds through heart rate, alertness, and energy levels. Subtle shifts in emotion occur automatically. Those sensitive to energy often notice changes almost immediately. They may feel more visible, more energized, or even more anxious, depending on their inner state. The reaction is not imagined. It is vibrational. Awareness of these subtle cues is critical. Observing the body's response allows conscious adjustment. Instead of being passively influenced, individuals gain control over how energy affects their day. By aligning intention with wearing this color, emotional and spiritual balance is achieved. Focus, clarity, and personal strength increase naturally when energy is consciously managed rather than ignored. Throughout history, this color has been used intentionally in spiritual rituals. Ancient leaders, healers, and guides wore it to amplify presence, intention, and energy. Random use was discouraged, showing deep understanding of vibrational impact. Its effect in ceremonial contexts was profound. It heightened emotional states, sharpened awareness, and supported energetic alignment. Wearing it was not decoration, it was a deliberate tool to strengthen focus and spiritual sensitivity. Modern individuals can apply the same principle. Even in everyday clothing, this color can enhance focus, emotional clarity, and awareness if used intentionally. The energy is universal and constant, regardless of tradition. By observing personal response, people can use this color to align external appearance with internal energy. Conscious application strengthens spiritual practice, emotional growth, and personal presence in subtle but powerful ways. This color naturally amplifies both positive and negative states. Confidence, motivation, and clarity increase, but so can restlessness, anxiety, or emotional intensity. Energy follows the mind and heart without judgment. For those aware, it can be a tool for growth. Amplified feelings reveal patterns, hidden tendencies, and areas for development. It forces confrontation with aspects of self that are often overlooked. Without awareness, the energy may feel overwhelming. Reactions may seem unpredictable, causing frustration or fatigue. Subtle emotional waves become more pronounced. Intentional use transforms amplification into guidance. Choosing when and why to wear the color allows conscious direction of energy. Emotions and focus are enhanced, rather than leaving reactions uncontrolled. Children instinctively respond to this color. Their reactions are unfiltered and immediate. Excitement, restlessness, or heightened attention often appear without conscious reasoning. Animals and nature also respond instinctively. Birds, insects, and even plants react to similar wavelengths, highlighting the universal vibrational impact of this shade. Observing these natural responses teaches awareness. Energy is not confined to human experience. It exists universally. Recognizing these patterns helps individuals align personal energy consciously. Deliberate exposure to this color strengthens emotional intelligence. Awareness of instinctive reactions helps guide behavior, supports spiritual balance, and increases self-understanding over time. This color influences social dynamics subtly. Presence becomes more noticeable. Authority is perceived more strongly, and reactions from others may intensify naturally. People around may unconsciously respond to the energy. The social amplification is instinctive. Attention, curiosity, and even respect may arise before any words or actions are expressed. The color communicates silently but powerfully. Awareness allows people to manage this influence. Conscious use aligns internal energy with external perception, maximizing positive impact while avoiding unintended tension or discomfort. By understanding social and energetic influence, the color becomes a tool for both personal confidence and strategic interaction, reinforcing spiritual and emotional alignment. Energy from this color interacts with life force centers in the body subtly. Chakras, meridians, and energy pathways respond, increasing vibrational flow and alertness. Without awareness, subtle shifts may create discomfort or overstimulation. Emotions may rise without apparent reason, and tension may become noticeable. Observing and understanding these reactions allows conscious control. Energy amplification becomes predictable and manageable, rather than disruptive. Intentional wearing strengthens harmony between mind, body, and vibrational energy. Alignment enhances focus, emotional clarity, and spiritual resilience. The vibrational frequency of this color is particularly strong. It magnifies inner states, both positive and negative. Hidden emotions, suppressed thoughts, or unrecognized desires often surface when it is worn. For sensitive individuals, this may feel overwhelming initially. Emotional intensity increases, and thoughts may feel amplified beyond control. With awareness, this amplification becomes a tool for introspection. Hidden aspects of self are revealed, allowing individuals to process, heal, and grow consciously. Deliberate wearing ensures that energy is channeled purposefully. Emotional reflection, clarity, and spiritual balance are strengthened naturally and safely. Cultural and symbolic meanings of this color enhance its impact. Across civilizations, it has represented power, courage, spiritual awareness, and authority. These associations add subconscious influence. When worn, the mind instinctively recalls symbolic meaning, reinforcing emotional and energetic effects. Awareness of cultural context allows conscious choice. Individuals can align internal intention with societal perception for optimal effect. Combined with energetic amplification, the color becomes a tool for influence, confidence, and spiritual alignment in everyday life. The energy of this color influences creativity. It stimulates active thought, imagination, and problem solving. Motivation increases naturally when energy is aligned. However, heightened energy can lead to distraction if unmanaged. Awareness of inner state ensures productive channeling of emotional and mental energy. Deliberate wearing enhances focus and clarity, allowing ideas to flow smoothly and naturally. Energy is directed instead of reactive. This alignment transforms ordinary clothing into a powerful tool for spiritual insight, creativity, and personal empowerment. Repeated exposure to this color affects long-term energy patterns. Daily wearing reinforces emotional tendencies, thought habits, and inner focus. Positive tendencies are strengthened, while hidden or negative patterns may surface for reflection. Long-term observation helps track these changes. Awareness allows individuals to guide emotional energy, transforming repeated exposure into intentional spiritual practice. By observing subtle shifts over time, people gain mastery over emotional, mental, and vibrational alignment, turning clothing into a consistent tool for growth. The color interacts with physical, emotional, and mental states simultaneously. Heart rate, alertness, and mood shift even without conscious thought. This interaction enhances focus and emotional awareness. Subtle shifts in behavior can be observed and adjusted with awareness. Neglecting this understanding may create minor unrest or fatigue. Emotional waves may rise unnoticed, influencing decisions and reactions. Intentional application ensures alignment. Energy is harnessed to support productivity, clarity, and personal growth while maintaining balance. This color often increases self-awareness. By magnifying internal states, it makes emotions, thoughts, and intentions more visible. For sensitive individuals, it may feel intense. Hidden anxieties or suppressed desires may surface unexpectedly, demanding attention. Awareness allows individuals to process these emotions consciously. The color acts as a reflective tool, not a source of imbalance. Intentional wearing channels energy toward personal growth, emotional clarity, and spiritual alignment, transforming heightened awareness into empowerment. Social energy is influenced by this color naturally. Others respond instinctively to the energy it emits. Reactions include attention, curiosity, and emotional mirroring. This amplification occurs without verbal communication. Subtle energy cues are received unconsciously, altering interpersonal dynamics. Awareness of this effect enables conscious interaction. Personal presence is enhanced, and social resonance is aligned with internal state. Deliberate use strengthens both personal confidence and social influence. reinforcing emotional intelligence and spiritual understanding. Energy exposure from this color affects decision-making subtly. Inner intensity rises, focus sharpens, and perception becomes more acute. For some, increased clarity enhances judgment and confidence. For others, overstimulation may cloud decisions temporarily. Observing these responses allows individuals to adjust exposure and timing consciously. Energy becomes a tool, not a disruption. By mastering awareness, choices are aligned with intention, improving emotional stability, productivity, and spiritual growth naturally. This color also affects subconscious thought patterns. Emotional and mental currents are amplified, revealing hidden beliefs or unrecognized tendencies. For sensitive people, this may trigger reflection or discomfort. Inner thoughts that were overlooked surface naturally. Awareness transforms amplification into insight. By observing reactions, individuals gain clarity on subconscious patterns. Intentional use aligns energy with growth, transforming subtle vibrations into conscious understanding. Emotional balance and spiritual alignment. Children and animals respond instinctively to this color. Their reactions are unfiltered and immediate, reflecting universal vibrational energy. Observation teaches valuable lessons. Instinctive responses show how energy flows naturally without conscious thought. Awareness of these patterns enhances personal understanding. Emotional intelligence and energy control improve through observation. Deliberate exposure to this color strengthens self-awareness, emotional balance, and alignment with natural vibrational forces in daily life. Cultural history shows intentional use of this color. Ancient leaders and spiritual guides wore it purposefully to harness energy, focus, and presence. Energy was respected and amplified only when aligned with intention. Random use was avoided to maintain balance and harmony. Today, awareness of energy allows modern application. Intentional wearing supports focus, emotional clarity, and spiritual alignment without formal ritual. This understanding transforms clothing choice into a tool for self-mastery, energy awareness, and personal empowerment. The color's energy is magnified when intention is combined with awareness. Conscious decision amplifies its natural effects on emotion, focus, and social presence. Without intention, the effect may feel unpredictable or overwhelming. Emotional intensity may rise uncontrollably, influencing behavior. With deliberate choice, amplification becomes a guide. Energy can be directed for clarity, confidence, and personal growth. Mastery of this principle transforms everyday clothing into a subtle but powerful tool for spiritual practice and emotional alignment. Long-term exposure to this color reinforces habitual, emotional, and mental patterns. Subtle energy shifts accumulate over time, influencing mood and perception. Positive traits, like confidence and focus, are strengthened, hidden, or negative tendencies are highlighted for reflection and growth. Awareness enables conscious alignment. Patterns are observed and energy is guided toward personal and spiritual benefit. Repetition of mindful exposure creates consistent growth. Clothing choices become instruments for emotional mastery, vibrational alignment, and self-awareness. This color interacts with energy centers throughout the body. Chakras and energy pathways respond to its frequency, subtly affecting alertness and vitality. Unconscious exposure may create minor restlessness or heightened emotional sensitivity. Awareness helps interpret and manage these shifts. Observing these effects allows intentional application. Energy is directed to support focus, emotional clarity, and spiritual balance. Deliberate use reinforces alignment between internal states, external presence, and subtle vibrational forces. Energy from this color often exposes hidden emotional truths. Subconscious feelings rise to the surface naturally, prompting reflection and self-discovery. Sensitive individuals may feel initial discomfort as unrecognized thoughts emerge. These reactions are normal and informative. Awareness transforms intensity into insight. Observing reactions allows individuals to process and understand subconscious tendencies. Deliberate wearing channels heightened energy toward conscious growth, emotional clarity, and spiritual alignment. Social dynamics are affected by this color subtly but effectively. People perceive energy signals instinctively, influencing attention, respect, and emotional mirroring. These effects occur without conscious observation. Energy communicates presence, authority, and intensity silently. Awareness of these responses allows individuals to maximize influence while maintaining balance and alignment within a state. Intentional use enhances both personal confidence and social interaction, reinforcing emotional intelligence and spiritual awareness. Repeated exposure strengthens energy patterns over time. Daily wearing reinforces emotional, mental, and spiritual habits. Subtle effects accumulate gradually. Positive energy increases, supporting confidence, focus, and clarity. Hidden tendencies or unresolved patterns emerge for conscious reflection. Observing these shifts allows proactive adjustment of energy, reinforcing alignment between internal states and external influence. Deliberate long-term application transforms clothing into a tool for self-awareness, emotional mastery, and spiritual growth. The color amplifies personal energy, reflecting both strengths and areas needing attention. Subtle thoughts and emotions rise, offering opportunity for reflection. For those aware, amplified energy becomes a tool for growth and self-discovery. It highlights patterns, guides focus, and strengthens presence. Unaware individuals may feel emotional fluctuation or restlessness. Awareness turns potential overwhelm into insight. Intentional wearing transforms the color into a powerful spiritual tool. Energy is aligned with personal goals, emotional clarity, and conscious living. This color naturally increases mental alertness. Thoughts become sharper, and subtle emotions are amplified. The mind reacts before conscious reasoning occurs. For some, this creates focus and clarity. For others, restlessness or emotional tension may rise. Energy acts as a magnifier, reflecting inner states. Awareness allows conscious alignment. Observing reactions ensures the energy enhances productivity and emotional balance rather than causing overwhelm. Intentional use transforms everyday exposure into spiritual practice. Energy is directed, emotions are observed, and personal growth is supported naturally. Energy flows silently but powerfully when this color is worn. People nearby may respond instinctively, feeling heightened awareness or curiosity. The color communicates without words, amplifying presence and perceived confidence. Reactions occur automatically, influenced by the vibrational frequency. Awareness helps manage these subtle interactions. Energy alignment between wearer and surroundings maximizes positive impact. Deliberate wearing ensures personal presence is enhanced, relationships are supported, and spiritual and emotional energy remains balanced. This color often reveals hidden emotional patterns. Suppressed thoughts or unacknowledged feelings surface naturally when energy is amplified. For sensitive individuals, this may feel intense or uncomfortable. Observing reactions without judgment transforms exposure into insight. Awareness allows conscious processing of amplified emotions. Recognizing patterns creates clarity, strengthens emotional intelligence, and enhances self-understanding. Intentional wearing channels energy toward personal growth. Subtle amplification becomes a tool for reflection, insight, and spiritual alignment. Cultural symbolism strengthens the impact of this color. Across civilizations, it has represented courage, authority, and spiritual presence. These associations reinforce subconscious recognition. When worn, emotional and social reactions are amplified naturally, even without conscious thought. Awareness of symbolic influence allows conscious use. Energy and intention are aligned, producing maximum benefit in social and personal contexts. By combining vibrational amplification and symbolic meaning, the color becomes a subtle tool for empowerment, focus, and spiritual alignment. Children and animals respond instinctively to this color, reflecting universal vibrational energy. Reactions are immediate, unfiltered, and authentic. Observation of these responses teaches awareness of energy flow. Natural reactions provide insight into vibrational dynamics beyond conscious control. By understanding instinctive reactions, humans can adjust energy consciously, learning subtle emotional and spiritual management. Deliberate exposure to this color enhances self-awareness, emotional balance, and energetic alignment across daily life and spiritual practice. The color amplifies personal energy, increasing motivation, courage, and presence. Internal states are magnified, offering insight into strengths and challenges. For sensitive people, amplified energy may initially feel overwhelming, revealing hidden anxieties or unrecognized tendencies. Awareness transforms this amplification into reflection and insight. Emotional clarity strengthens as hidden patterns emerge for conscious examination. Intentional wearing converts amplification into personal and spiritual growth, enhancing focus, confidence, and emotional resilience. Repeated exposure strengthens long-term energy patterns. Daily wearing reinforces habits, emotional tendencies, and subtle thought patterns. Positive tendencies grow stronger, while hidden challenges surface for reflection. Observing these patterns allows proactive adjustments. Awareness turns cumulative energy into a tool. Repeated mindful exposure transforms ordinary choices into intentional spiritual practice. Deliberate application ensures alignment between internal states, external influence, and personal growth, creating lasting emotional and spiritual balance. This color interacts with energy centers throughout the body, including chakras and energy pathways, enhancing flow and vitality. Unconscious exposure may create minor restlessness or emotional fluctuations. Observing these shifts allows conscious management. Awareness transforms amplified energy into deliberate action. Emotional, mental, and spiritual balance is supported naturally. Intentional use strengthens alignment between inner energy, external presence, and subtle vibrational influence, enhancing focus, confidence, and spiritual awareness. Energy from this color often brings reflection. Hidden emotions surface naturally, offering opportunity for growth and self-understanding. For sensitive individuals, intensity may feel challenging initially. Observing reactions without judgment converts energy into insight. Awareness allows intentional guidance of emotional amplification. Hidden patterns become visible, allowing conscious adjustment and personal growth. Deliberate wearing channels energy toward clarity, reflection, and spiritual alignment, transforming amplified intensity into constructive development. Social energy responds strongly to this color. Others may react instinctively to heightened presence, confidence, and energy projection. These effects occur unconsciously. People mirror energy without awareness, responding to amplified emotional and spiritual signals. Awareness allows intentional influence. Energy alignment between inner state and external presence maximizes positive social impact. Deliberate use enhances personal confidence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual resonance in social and professional interactions. This color amplifies focus and mental alertness. The mind becomes sharper, more aware, and responsive to internal and external cues. Heightened energy can create productivity and clarity or overstimulation if not consciously managed. Awareness ensures alignment with intention. Observing reactions transforms amplified energy into a tool. Emotional balance, mental clarity, and spiritual focus are strengthened naturally. Intentional wearing converts color energy into deliberate guidance, supporting personal and spiritual growth consistently. Repeated exposure affects subconscious thought patterns. Emotional and mental tendencies are magnified, revealing unrecognized beliefs or behaviors. For some, this may create reflection or discomfort. Hidden thoughts and suppressed emotions surface naturally. Awareness transforms amplified energy into insight. Observing patterns allows conscious processing and emotional growth. Intentional use aligns energy with goals, strengthening self-awareness, clarity, and spiritual alignment. Children instinctively react to this color, showing pure, unfiltered energy response. Excitement, restlessness, and alertness are common reactions. Observing natural reactions provides insight into universal vibrational flow. Energy affects both human and non-human life naturally. Awareness strengthens personal understanding of energy dynamics. Emotional and spiritual control improves through observation. Deliberate exposure enhances awareness, emotional balance, and spiritual alignment, turning instinctive reactions into conscious understanding. Historical use of this color highlights intentionality. Leaders, spiritual guides, and warriors wore it to amplify presence and intention. Energy was respected, and misuse was avoided to maintain balance. Its vibrational power was consciously applied for focus and clarity. Modern individuals can apply the same principle without formal ritual. Conscious wearing supports emotional, mental, and spiritual alignment. Awareness transforms clothing into a tool for energy management, presence, and personal empowerment. Energy from this color amplifies both strengths and challenges. Confidence, courage, and focus increase, while hidden tensions or anxieties may surface. For those aware, amplified energy becomes a reflection of inner states, revealing areas for growth and self-improvement. Unaware individuals may experience temporary discomfort or restlessness. Awareness converts intensity into insight. Intentional wearing channels energy toward growth, clarity, and emotional resilience, transforming vibrational amplification into empowerment. This color interacts with physical, emotional, and mental states simultaneously. Heart rate, attention, and emotional awareness rise naturally. Heightened energy enhances focus and clarity if managed consciously. Without awareness, subtle emotional fluctuations may feel disruptive. Observation allows energy to be channeled productively. Emotional and spiritual alignment is strengthened. Deliberate exposure ensures personal energy is directed toward growth, reflection, and empowerment consistently. This color amplifies subconscious patterns, bringing hidden emotions and thoughts to the surface. Recognition enables conscious transformation. Sensitive individuals may initially feel overwhelmed by intensity. Awareness allows processing without being dominated by it. Intentional use converts amplified energy into insight. Hidden patterns become visible, facilitating emotional clarity and spiritual growth. By observing and directing energy, individuals strengthen personal presence, focus, and self-understanding. Social energy is influenced naturally. Others unconsciously respond to amplified presence, confidence, and emotional energy when the color is worn. Reactions range from curiosity to heightened attention or respect, reflecting instinctive energy recognition. Awareness allows conscious alignment. Energy between inner state and external environment can be maximized positively. Deliberate use strengthens social influence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual resonance simultaneously. Long-term exposure strengthens emotional and mental patterns. Daily wearing reinforces habits, tendencies, and focus. Positive traits such as confidence and motivation grow stronger. Hidden challenges surface for reflection and growth. Observation enables conscious alignment of energy with intention, creating stability and emotional clarity. Repetition transforms clothing choice into a consistent spiritual and emotional practice. Energy becomes a tool for personal growth. This color influences energy centers in the body. Chakras and subtle pathways respond, increasing vibrational flow and vitality. Unconscious exposure may create minor restlessness. Awareness allows individuals to manage subtle emotional shifts consciously. Observing reactions transforms amplified energy into a guide for focus, clarity, and spiritual balance. Intentional wearing aligns mind, body, and energy, strengthening personal and spiritual resilience. The color amplifies hidden emotional truths. Subconscious feelings surface naturally, allowing reflection and growth. For sensitive individuals, the initial intensity may be challenging. Observing without judgment converts energy into insight. Awareness enables conscious processing. Hidden patterns are revealed, supporting emotional clarity and spiritual alignment. Deliberate use channels amplified energy toward personal growth, self-awareness, and alignment with higher intention. Social dynamics respond subtly to this color. Others instinctively mirror energy, reflecting attention, respect, or emotional cues. Reactions occur unconsciously. Energy communicates silently, influencing interpersonal interactions. Awareness allows alignment of internal and external energy. Personal presence and influence are enhanced naturally. Deliberate exposure strengthens emotional intelligence, confidence, and spiritual awareness, supporting harmonious interactions. Repeated exposure magnifies long-term energy patterns. Daily wearing reinforces emotional tendencies, thought habits, and subtle behavior. Positive energy is strengthened while hidden challenges emerge for reflection and growth. Observation enables adjustment. Awareness ensures cumulative energy becomes a conscious tool for spiritual and emotional development. Deliberate exposure creates alignment between internal states, external presence, and personal growth over time. This color amplifies personal presence, emotional intensity, and mental clarity. Internal states become more noticeable, offering insight into strengths and weaknesses. Amplification can initially feel intense for sensitive individuals. Hidden thoughts or feelings may surface unexpectedly. Awareness transforms heightened energy into reflection and personal insight. Emotional intelligence and self-understanding increase. Intentional use directs energy toward growth, confidence, and spiritual alignment, turning natural amplification into empowerment. Energy from this color interacts with mind, body, and environment simultaneously. Heart rate, focus, and emotional awareness respond automatically. Heightened energy can support productivity and clarity or create temporary tension if unobserved. Awareness ensures alignment. Observing subtle responses transforms amplification into conscious guidance. Emotional, mental, and spiritual states are strengthened naturally. Deliberate wearing converts ordinary clothing into a tool for personal growth, reflection, and spiritual alignment, supporting consistent self-awareness and empowerment. This color often triggers inner reflection. Subtle emotions, previously unnoticed, rise to the surface naturally. Awareness allows individuals to examine hidden patterns. For sensitive individuals, this may initially feel intense. Observing reactions without judgment transforms energy into insight rather than discomfort. Amplified energy highlights both strengths and weaknesses. Emotional clarity improves as hidden tendencies and subconscious patterns become apparent. Intentional use directs energy toward growth. Conscious exposure transforms natural amplification into spiritual understanding and personal empowerment. Energy from this color impacts social perception subtly but powerfully. Others instinctively respond to heightened presence, focus, and emotional intensity. Reactions are often automatic, reflecting energy alignment before words or actions are expressed. Attention, respect, and curiosity are influenced unconsciously. Awareness enables individuals to manage this influence. Alignment of inner state with external energy maximizes positive social impact. Deliberate wearing strengthens personal confidence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual presence, enhancing both private and social interactions. The vibrational frequency of this color magnifies internal states. Thoughts, emotions, and subconscious tendencies are amplified, revealing hidden layers of the self. For some, amplified energy may feel overwhelming. Emotional intensity rises, prompting reflection or heightened awareness. Awareness transforms this amplification into personal insight. Observing subtle reactions enables conscious processing of inner patterns. Intentional use channels amplified energy toward emotional clarity, personal growth, and spiritual alignment, turning natural intensity into empowerment. Long-term exposure to this color strengthens habitual emotional and mental patterns. Daily wearing reinforces tendencies shaping behavior and focus. Positive traits like confidence and motivation are amplified while hidden challenges emerge for conscious examination. Observation ensures energy is consciously managed. Repeated exposure becomes a tool for emotional, mental, and spiritual development. Deliberate choice creates alignment between internal states, external presence, and personal growth, enhancing vibrational awareness over time. This color interacts with physical and subtle energy centers. Chakras, meridians, and energetic pathways respond to its frequency, affecting vitality and emotional intensity. Unobserved, subtle shifts may create minor restlessness or emotional fluctuation. Awareness allows conscious interpretation and control. By observing reactions, amplified energy is transformed into a guide for focus, clarity, and emotional balance. Intentional wearing aligns body, mind, and energy, enhancing personal and spiritual resilience in subtle but powerful ways. Children and animals respond instinctively to this color. Reactions are immediate, authentic, and unfiltered, reflecting universal energy patterns. Observation of these natural responses teaches awareness. Energy is present and active, even without conscious recognition. Awareness strengthens understanding of subtle vibrational dynamics. Emotional and spiritual growth improves as responses are studied and interpreted. Deliberate exposure enhances self-awareness, emotional balance, and alignment with natural energy flows in daily life. Cultural history demonstrates the intentional use of this color. Leaders, spiritual guides, and warriors wore it to amplify focus, presence, and inner energy. Energy was respected. Misuse or random application was avoided to maintain balance and prevent emotional overwhelm. Modern awareness allows similar benefits. Intentional wearing reinforces mental clarity, emotional intelligence, and spiritual alignment. Understanding vibrational influence transforms clothing into a subtle but powerful tool for growth, self-awareness, and empowerment. Energy amplification is influenced by intention. Wearing this color consciously increases focus, courage, and emotional intensity. Without intention, energy may feel overwhelming or chaotic. Amplified states may magnify both positive and negative tendencies. Awareness allows control over amplification. Energy becomes a guide, supporting emotional balance, focus, and spiritual clarity. Deliberate wearing transforms natural vibrational force into a tool for personal growth, self-mastery, and conscious living. Repeated exposure reinforces emotional, mental, and spiritual patterns. Daily wearing strengthens habits, tendencies, and energy flow. Positive traits grow stronger. Hidden challenges surface for reflection, allowing conscious management and adjustment. Awareness converts repeated exposure into intentional spiritual practice. Energy becomes predictable and manageable rather than reactive. Deliberate use ensures alignment between internal states, external influence, and personal growth over time. This color influences mental alertness. Thoughts sharpen, perception improves, and subtle emotional shifts become noticeable almost immediately. For some, this creates focus and clarity. For others, emotional intensity may feel heightened, prompting reflection and insight. Observation allows conscious management. Amplified energy is harnessed to support productivity, emotional clarity, and spiritual alignment. Intentional wearing transforms natural amplification into a tool for conscious awareness and personal growth. Energy from this color affects subconscious thought. Hidden emotions and unacknowledged tendencies surface naturally, offering opportunity for reflection. For sensitive individuals, initial intensity may feel uncomfortable. Awareness transforms reactions into insight rather than overwhelm. Observing energy amplification enables conscious processing of hidden patterns, strengthening emotional intelligence and self-understanding. Deliberate wearing directs amplified energy toward personal and spiritual growth, enhancing focus, clarity, and alignment with intention. Social energy responds to the presence of this color. Others unconsciously mirror energy, reacting to heightened focus, emotional intensity, and confidence. These reactions occur automatically, influencing attention, respect, and interaction without conscious awareness. Awareness allows management of this influence. Energy alignment between internal state and external perception maximizes positive impact. Deliberate wearing strengthens social presence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual awareness in subtle yet powerful ways. Repeated exposure creates long-term reinforcement of emotional and mental tendencies. Subtle energy flows accumulate over time, shaping behavior and awareness. Positive tendencies are strengthened, while hidden challenges are revealed for reflection and adjustment. Awareness transforms repeated exposure into conscious practice, turning everyday choices into tools for growth. Deliberate long-term application ensures alignment between internal states, external presence, and personal and spiritual development. This color amplifies personal presence, courage, and energy naturally. Subtle thoughts and feelings become more visible, creating insight into strengths and weaknesses. Amplified energy may initially feel intense for sensitive individuals. Observing reactions converts intensity into reflection. Awareness allows conscious alignment of energy. Hidden patterns are revealed, enabling emotional and spiritual growth. Intentional wearing channels amplified energy toward personal empowerment, focus, and spiritual clarity. The color interacts with mind, body, and environment simultaneously. Heart rate, alertness, and emotional awareness adjust automatically. Heightened energy can enhance clarity and productivity or create tension if unobserved. Awareness ensures alignment. Observing subtle shifts transforms natural amplification into deliberate guidance for emotional, mental, and spiritual states. Deliberate wearing makes everyday clothing a tool for reflection, personal growth, and alignment with subtle vibrational energy. Children and animals react instinctively to this color. Responses are unfiltered, highlighting universal vibrational patterns. Observation provides insight into natural energy flows. Awareness strengthens understanding of subtle emotional and spiritual dynamics. Understanding instinctive responses allows conscious adjustment of personal energy. Emotional intelligence improves naturally. Deliberate exposure enhances self-awareness, emotional clarity, and spiritual alignment through observation and practice. Historical use demonstrates the intentional power of this color. Leaders, warriors, and spiritual guides wore it to amplify focus, energy, and presence. Random use was discouraged, showing respect for vibrational influence. Energy was consciously applied to maintain balance. Modern awareness allows similar application. Wearing it intentionally enhances clarity, confidence, and alignment with inner energy. Knowledge transforms clothing into a tool for self-mastery, vibrational awareness, and personal and spiritual empowerment. Amplified energy highlights emotional patterns. Confidence, motivation, and focus increase naturally, while hidden anxieties may surface. For sensitive individuals, intensity may initially feel challenging. Awareness allows conscious observation and reflection. Intentional wearing converts natural amplification into insight. Emotional clarity, spiritual alignment, and self-understanding are strengthened. Deliberate application transforms energy into a tool for personal growth, focus, and empowerment. Long-term exposure reinforces habits and emotional tendencies. Daily wearing shapes thought patterns and vibrational energy flow. Positive traits like focus and confidence are strengthened. Hidden or unresolved patterns are revealed for observation and adjustment. Awareness ensures energy is consciously guided, creating predictable outcomes rather than reactive responses. Deliberate use turns clothing into a consistent tool for emotional and spiritual development, supporting personal growth. This color amplifies mental alertness, attention, and emotional awareness. Subtle cues in environment and internal states become more noticeable. For some, amplified energy enhances clarity and focus. For others, emotions may feel heightened temporarily. Observation allows conscious alignment. Energy becomes a tool for productivity, emotional balance, and spiritual insight. Intentional wearing converts natural vibrational force into a powerful instrument for growth, reflection, and personal alignment. Energy affects subconscious thought and emotional patterns. Hidden tendencies rise, prompting reflection and self-awareness. Initial intensity may feel uncomfortable, But observation allows conscious processing rather than overwhelm. Awareness enables amplified energy to become a guide for personal growth and insight. Emotional clarity strengthens naturally. Deliberate wearing channels energy toward alignment with intention, enhancing self-understanding and spiritual awareness. Social energy responds instinctively to this color. Others unconsciously mirror focus, confidence, and emotional intensity. Reactions are subtle but powerful, influencing interactions without conscious observation. Awareness allows management of influence, aligning internal state with external perception for positive social resonance. Deliberate wearing strengthens emotional intelligence, social presence, and spiritual awareness simultaneously. Repeated exposure strengthens long-term emotional and mental patterns. Daily wearing reinforces subtle habits and vibrational tendencies. Positive energy grows stronger, while hidden patterns emerge for reflection and adjustment. Awareness ensures repeated exposure is a tool for conscious, spiritual, and emotional growth. Deliberate application creates alignment between internal states, external presence, and personal development over time. This color magnifies personal presence and energy. Internal states become more apparent, revealing strengths and areas for growth. Amplification may feel intense for sensitive individuals. Initially, observing reactions transforms intensity into insight. Awareness enables conscious alignment, revealing hidden patterns and promoting emotional and spiritual clarity. Intentional wearing directs amplified energy toward personal growth, confidence, and spiritual alignment, empowering daily life. Energy interacts with mind, body, and surroundings. Heart rate, attention, and emotional awareness respond instinctively to this color. Heightened energy enhances focus, productivity, and clarity, or may create temporary tension if unobserved. Observing subtle responses transforms amplification into guidance for emotional, mental, and spiritual balance. Deliberate wearing converts ordinary clothing into a tool for reflection, growth, and alignment with natural vibrational energy. This color has a subtle influence on emotional balance. It amplifies inner feelings, making hidden moods and reactions more noticeable. For sensitive individuals, the initial impact may feel intense. Emotional fluctuations become easier to observe and understand with awareness. By paying attention, amplified energy becomes a mirror. It reveals patterns, strengths, and areas for growth in emotional and spiritual life. Intentional wearing transforms natural energy into a conscious tool for reflection, focus, and alignment with personal and spiritual intention. Energy from this color affects personal confidence and social perception. Others respond instinctively to heightened presence, awareness, and vibrational energy. These reactions are automatic, influencing attention, respect, and social connection even without spoken words. Awareness enables conscious management of these interactions. Aligning inner state with external perception maximizes positive influence. Deliberate wearing strengthens personal authority, social intelligence, and spiritual presence, subtly reinforcing confidence in daily life. The vibrational frequency of this color magnifies both mental and emotional states. Subtle thoughts and hidden feelings become more visible, providing insight. Some may feel temporary intensity, while others experience enhanced clarity and focus. Energy acts as both a mirror and amplifier of inner states. Awareness allows observation and control of this amplification. Emotional responses, thought patterns, and subtle energy shifts become tools for growth. Deliberate wearing channels energy toward clarity, self-awareness, and spiritual alignment, transforming amplified intensity into conscious power. Long-term exposure strengthens emotional and mental habits. Repeated wearing reinforces confidence, motivation, and focus, while revealing areas needing attention. Hidden challenges surface naturally, creating opportunities for reflection and personal growth. Subtle patterns in thought and behavior become apparent. Awareness ensures amplified energy is consciously guided rather than left reactive. Personal growth becomes intentional rather than accidental. Deliberate application turns ordinary clothing into a spiritual tool, supporting emotional intelligence, focus, and vibrational alignment over time. This color interacts with subtle energy centers in the body. Chakras, meridians, and energy pathways respond, influencing vitality, awareness, and emotional intensity. Unobserved, amplified energy may create restlessness or heightened sensitivity. Awareness allows conscious interpretation of internal shifts. Observation transforms natural amplification into guidance. Emotional, mental, and spiritual balance is supported through conscious attention. Intentional wearing aligns mind, body, and energy, strengthening resilience, focus, and spiritual awareness naturally. Children and animals respond instinctively to this color. Reactions are authentic, unfiltered, and immediate, reflecting universal vibrational energy. Observation teaches the universality of energy flow. Recognizing patterns allows conscious alignment with personal, emotional, and spiritual states. Awareness strengthens understanding of instinctive reactions. Emotional and spiritual control improves when these responses are studied. Deliberate exposure enhances self-awareness, emotional clarity, and spiritual alignment, making instinctive responses a tool for growth. Historical use shows intentional application of this color. Leaders, spiritual guides, and healers wore it to amplify presence, focus, and vibrational energy. Random or careless use was avoided, demonstrating respect for the subtle yet powerful effects of energy. Modern awareness allows similar benefits. Conscious wearing supports confidence, clarity, and emotional and spiritual alignment. Understanding vibrational influence turns clothing into a subtle tool for personal empowerment, focus, and self-mastery. Amplified energy highlights both strengths and challenges. Confidence, clarity, and motivation increase, while hidden tendencies surface for reflection. For sensitive individuals, intensity may feel overwhelming. Awareness converts energy, amplification into insight rather than stress. Observation enables conscious guidance. Emotional patterns are revealed, allowing alignment with intention and personal growth. Deliberate use transforms natural vibrational force into a tool for personal empowerment, focus, and spiritual clarity. Long-term exposure reinforces habitual patterns. Daily wearing strengthens confidence, emotional resilience, and mental clarity while revealing hidden tendencies. Awareness allows conscious observation and adjustment, turning energy amplification into a guide for personal development. Repeated intentional exposure transforms ordinary clothing into a spiritual tool. Emotional, mental, and spiritual growth becomes systematic. Deliberate application aligns internal energy with external presence, enhancing self-awareness, vibrational alignment, and empowerment. This color affects mental alertness, focus, and emotional awareness. Subtle cues in environment and internal states become more noticeable. Amplification can enhance productivity, clarity, and decision-making. For sensitive individuals, emotions may feel heightened temporarily. Observation allows conscious alignment. Energy becomes a tool for emotional balance, clarity, and spiritual growth. Deliberate wearing transforms everyday exposure into an instrument for reflection, self-awareness, and alignment with personal intention. Energy interacts with subconscious thought. Hidden patterns and unacknowledged emotions surface naturally, prompting reflection and insight. Initial intensity may feel challenging for some. Awareness transforms reactions into conscious understanding rather than overwhelm. Observation strengthens emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Hidden patterns become visible, enabling alignment with intention. Intentional wearing channels amplified energy toward personal growth, focus, and spiritual clarity, creating balance in daily life. Social dynamics respond subtly to this color. Others unconsciously mirror energy, reacting to focus, confidence, and emotional intensity. Reactions influence attention, connection, and perception without conscious awareness. Energy communicates before words are spoken. Awareness enables management of influence. Alignment of inner state and external perception maximizes positive social resonance. Deliberate wearing strengthens emotional intelligence, confidence, and spiritual presence in interactions naturally and effectively. Repeated exposure strengthens long-term emotional and mental patterns. Daily wearing reinforces habits, tendencies, and subtle energy flows. Positive energy grows stronger, while hidden patterns emerge for observation, reflection, and adjustment. Awareness ensures that repeated exposure becomes a conscious tool for emotional, mental, and spiritual growth. Deliberate application creates alignment between internal state, external presence, and personal development over time. This color amplifies personal presence, courage, and energy naturally. Inner states become more apparent, providing insight into strengths and areas for growth. Amplification may feel intense initially. Observation converts intensity into reflection, clarity, and insight. Awareness allows conscious alignment with internal energy. Hidden patterns are revealed, supporting emotional and spiritual growth. Intentional wearing directs amplified energy toward personal empowerment, confidence, and spiritual alignment, strengthening daily life. Energy interacts with mind, body, and surroundings. Heart rate, attention, and emotional awareness adjust instinctively in response to this color. Heightened energy can support clarity and productivity or create temporary tension if unobserved. Observation transforms amplification into conscious guidance. Emotional, mental, and spiritual states are balanced naturally. Deliberate wearing converts ordinary clothing into a tool for reflection, personal growth, and alignment with vibrational energy. Children and animals react instinctively to this color. Responses are authentic, unfiltered, and immediate, reflecting universal vibrational energy. Observing these responses teaches awareness of energy flow. Understanding instinctive reactions enhances emotional and spiritual intelligence. Awareness allows conscious adjustment of personal energy. Emotional clarity and self-awareness improve through observation. Deliberate exposure strengthens alignment with natural energy flows, enhancing self-awareness, emotional clarity, and spiritual growth. Historical use demonstrates intentional application. Leaders, spiritual guides, and healers wore this color to amplify presence, focus, and inner energy. Random or careless use was avoided to prevent imbalance and emotional overstimulation. Modern awareness allows similar benefits. Conscious wearing enhances confidence, clarity, and emotional and spiritual alignment. Understanding vibrational influence transforms clothing into a tool for self-mastery, empowerment, and personal growth. Amplified energy highlights both personal strengths and hidden tendencies. Confidence, clarity, and motivation increase naturally. For sensitive individuals, initial intensity may feel overwhelming. Awareness converts amplification into insight and reflection. Observation allows conscious management of energy. Emotional patterns are revealed, creating opportunities for personal growth. Deliberate use channels natural vibrational energy into empowerment, focus, and spiritual clarity. Long-term exposure strengthens habitual patterns. Daily wearing reinforces emotional resilience, confidence, and mental clarity while revealing subtle challenges. Awareness allows observation and alignment, turning amplified energy into a tool for growth. Repeated, intentional exposure transforms ordinary clothing into a spiritual practice, supporting systematic emotional, mental, and spiritual development. Deliberate use aligns internal states with external presence, enhancing self-awareness, focus, and empowerment. This color affects mental clarity, focus, and emotional awareness. Subtle environmental and internal cues become more noticeable. Amplified energy enhances productivity and decision-making. For some, emotions may feel heightened temporarily. Observation allows conscious guidance of amplified energy. Emotional and spiritual balance is strengthened naturally. Deliberate wearing transforms exposure into a tool for reflection, personal growth, and alignment with higher intention. Energy interacts with subconscious thought. Hidden patterns and unacknowledged emotions rise naturally, prompting reflection and insight. Initial intensity may feel challenging. Awareness converts heightened energy into conscious understanding and growth. Observation strengthens emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Amplified patterns become tools for alignment and personal growth. Deliberate wearing channels energy toward personal development, focus, and spiritual clarity in daily life. Social energy responds instinctively to this color. Others mirror energy unconsciously, reacting to focus, confidence, and emotional intensity. Reactions influence attention, connection, and perception without verbal communication. Awareness allows alignment of inner state with external perception, maximizing positive influence and resonance. Deliberate wearing strengthens emotional intelligence, social presence, and spiritual awareness in subtle but impactful ways. Repeated exposure strengthens long-term patterns. Daily wearing reinforces emotional, mental, and energetic habits. Positive energy is amplified, while hidden challenges emerge for reflection and conscious adjustment. Awareness ensures cumulative exposure is a tool for emotional, mental, and spiritual growth rather than reactive responses. Deliberate use creates alignment between internal states, external presence, and personal development over time. This color amplifies personal energy, presence, and awareness. Internal states are magnified, highlighting strengths and revealing hidden tendencies. For sensitive individuals, amplification may initially feel intense. Observation converts energy into insight and reflection. Awareness allows conscious alignment. Hidden patterns are revealed, supporting emotional and spiritual growth. Intentional wearing channels energy toward empowerment, focus, and spiritual clarity, transforming amplification into conscious tools for life. Energy interacts simultaneously with mind, body, and environment. Heart rate, attention, and emotional awareness respond instinctively. Heightened energy can enhance clarity, focus, and productivity, or create temporary tension if unobserved. Observation transforms amplification into deliberate guidance for emotional, mental, and spiritual balance. Deliberate wearing converts everyday clothing into a tool for self-reflection, personal growth, and alignment with subtle vibrational energy. This color naturally enhances focus and awareness. Subtle emotional and mental shifts become visible, giving insight into personal states. For sensitive individuals, amplified energy may feel intense initially. Observing reactions without judgment transforms this into insight. Awareness allows conscious guidance. Emotional, mental, and spiritual patterns become visible and manageable. Deliberate wearing transforms amplification into a tool for clarity, personal growth, and alignment with higher intention. Energy from this color impacts social perception. Others respond instinctively to heightened presence, confidence, and emotional intensity. These reactions are automatic, influencing attention, respect, and subtle social dynamics without conscious communication. Awareness allows conscious management of influence. Aligning inner energy with external perception maximizes positive impact. Deliberate wearing strengthens confidence, social intelligence, and spiritual presence naturally. This color magnifies internal states, both mental and emotional. Thoughts, feelings, and hidden tendencies surface naturally. For some, amplified energy enhances clarity and focus. For others, emotions may feel heightened, prompting reflection. Observation transforms amplification into insight. Hidden patterns and subconscious tendencies become tools for growth. Intentional wearing channels energy toward personal empowerment, focus, and spiritual alignment. Repeated exposure reinforces emotional and mental habits. Daily wearing strengthens focus, confidence, and subtle behavioral tendencies. Hidden challenges surface, offering opportunities for reflection and adjustment. Amplified energy becomes a mirror for self-awareness. Awareness ensures repeated exposure is used consciously. Patterns are observed and transformed into growth opportunities. Deliberate use creates alignment between internal states, external presence, and personal and spiritual development over time. This color interacts with subtle energy pathways in the body. Chakras, meridians, and energetic systems respond to its frequency naturally. Without awareness, amplified energy may create temporary restlessness or emotional fluctuation. Conscious observation manages this effectively. Observing subtle reactions transforms energy into guidance for emotional, mental, and spiritual balance. Intentional wearing aligns mind, body, and subtle energy, supporting focus, resilience, and spiritual awareness. Children and animals instinctively respond to this color. Reactions are authentic, unfiltered, and immediate, revealing natural vibrational energy. Observation teaches awareness of energy flow. Studying instinctive reactions strengthens emotional and spiritual understanding. Awareness allows conscious adjustment of personal energy. Emotional intelligence improves as natural responses are interpreted. Deliberate exposure enhances self-awareness, emotional clarity, and spiritual alignment through careful observation and practice. Historical application demonstrates intentional use. Leaders, spiritual guides, and warriors wore this color to amplify presence, focus, and energy. Random or careless use was avoided, showing respect for its subtle yet powerful effects. Modern individuals can harness similar benefits. Conscious wearing enhances confidence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual alignment. Understanding vibrational influence transforms clothing into a subtle tool for self-mastery and personal empowerment. Amplified energy highlights strengths and weaknesses. Confidence, motivation, and clarity are enhanced, while hidden anxieties or patterns surface. Sensitive individuals may feel initial intensity. Awareness converts amplified energy into insight rather than stress. Observation allows conscious guidance. Emotional patterns are revealed, creating opportunities for personal and spiritual growth. Deliberate wearing transforms natural vibrational force into a tool for empowerment, clarity, and focus. Long-term exposure reinforces emotional and mental tendencies. Daily wearing strengthens confidence, focus, and emotional resilience, while revealing subtle challenges. Awareness allows conscious observation and management of amplified energy. Hidden patterns become visible and addressable. Repeated intentional exposure transforms clothing into a spiritual practice. Emotional, mental, and spiritual development becomes systematic. Deliberate use aligns internal energy with external presence, enhancing self-awareness, clarity, and vibrational alignment. This color amplifies mental alertness and emotional awareness. Subtle cues in the environment and internal states become more noticeable. Amplification can improve clarity, productivity, and decision-making. Emotions may feel heightened for some individuals temporarily. Observation allows conscious alignment. Energy becomes a tool for reflection, balance, and personal insight. Deliberate wearing transforms everyday exposure into an instrument for self-awareness, growth, and spiritual alignment. Energy interacts with subconscious thought. Hidden emotions, tendencies, and suppressed patterns surface naturally, prompting reflection and insight. Initial intensity may feel uncomfortable for some. Awareness converts amplified energy into conscious understanding and growth. Observation strengthens emotional intelligence. Amplified patterns become opportunities for alignment and personal growth. Deliberate wearing channels energy toward clarity, focus, and spiritual balance in daily life. Social dynamics respond subtly to this color. Others mirror energy unconsciously, reacting to focus, confidence, and emotional intensity. Reactions influence attention, interaction, and perception without words. Energy communicates before any dialogue occurs. Awareness allows conscious alignment of internal energy with external perception, maximizing positive influence. Deliberate wearing strengthens emotional intelligence, social presence, and spiritual awareness in subtle, natural ways. Repeated exposure reinforces long-term emotional and mental patterns. Daily wearing strengthens habits and subtle energy flows. Positive tendencies grow stronger, while hidden challenges emerge for observation and conscious adjustment. Awareness ensures repeated exposure is a conscious tool rather than reactive amplification. Patterns are managed intentionally. Deliberate application creates alignment between internal energy, external presence, and personal growth over time. This color amplifies personal energy and presence. Internal states become more apparent, highlighting strengths and revealing areas for growth. For sensitive individuals, initial intensity may feel strong. Observation converts energy into insight and reflection. Awareness enables conscious alignment with internal energy. Hidden patterns become visible, supporting emotional and spiritual growth. Intentional wearing channels amplified energy toward empowerment, focus, and personal clarity. Energy interacts with mind, body, and environment simultaneously. Heart rate, attention, and emotional awareness adjust instinctively. Heightened energy can enhance clarity, productivity, and focus, or create temporary tension if unobserved. Observation transforms amplified energy into conscious guidance. Emotional, mental, and spiritual states become balanced naturally. Deliberate wearing converts ordinary clothing into a tool for reflection, personal growth, and alignment with subtle vibrational energy. Children and animals respond instinctively. Immediate reactions reflect pure, unfiltered energy, showing universal vibrational patterns. Observation teaches awareness of energy flow. Understanding these instinctive reactions strengthens emotional and spiritual intelligence. Awareness allows conscious adjustment of personal energy. Self-awareness and emotional clarity improve naturally. Deliberate exposure strengthens alignment with energy flows, supporting self-awareness, emotional balance, and spiritual growth. Historical application shows intentionality. Leaders and spiritual guides use this color to amplify focus, presence, and vibrational energy. Random or careless use was avoided to prevent imbalance. Respecting energy ensured emotional and spiritual stability. Modern awareness allows similar benefits. Conscious wearing enhances clarity, confidence, and emotional and spiritual alignment. Understanding vibrational influence turns clothing into a subtle tool for self-mastery and empowerment. Amplified energy reveals both strengths and hidden tendencies. Confidence, clarity, and motivation increase naturally. For sensitive individuals, initial intensity may feel strong. Awareness converts amplification into insight and personal growth. Observation allows conscious management. Emotional patterns are visible, enabling adjustment and alignment with intention. Deliberate use channels vibrational energy toward empowerment, focus, and spiritual clarity. Long-term exposure strengthens habitual, emotional, and mental patterns. Daily wearing reinforces subtle tendencies and vibrational habits. Hidden challenges emerge naturally, offering opportunities for reflection and conscious adjustment. Awareness ensures repeated exposure becomes a conscious tool for growth rather than reactive energy amplification. Deliberate use aligns internal energy with external presence, strengthening self-awareness, focus, and spiritual alignment. This color amplifies mental alertness, emotional clarity, and presence. Subtle internal and external cues are heightened naturally. Amplified energy supports clarity, productivity, and reflection. For some, temporary emotional intensity may arise. Observation allows conscious management. Energy becomes a guide for emotional, mental, and spiritual balance. Deliberate wearing transforms everyday exposure into a tool for growth, reflection, and alignment with personal and spiritual intention. Throughout this journey, we've explored how this color interacts with energy, emotions, and perception. Its subtle vibrational force is magnified with awareness, revealing both strengths and hidden tendencies. Amplified energy serves as a mirror for reflection, encouraging conscious growth, emotional intelligence, and spiritual alignment. When used intentionally, its effects become a tool for empowerment rather than distraction. Repeated exposure transforms ordinary clothing choices into a spiritual and psychological practice. Confidence, focus, and emotional clarity are strengthened, while subtle challenges are revealed for conscious management. By observing, understanding, and intentionally directing the energy of this color, we align with its vibrational potential. Awareness transforms amplification into insight, reflection, and personal empowerment, creating a life of clarity, growth, and balance.